Hello YouTube, you got me VGH here with a different type of video we got going on. Today we're going to talk about Palworld's official trading card game. Yes, I am a huge fan of the world of Palworld. I have played so many unhealthy hours in this game because I love this game so much. The grind is so much fun, the game itself is so much fun, the ability to just, have your friends play with you for who knows how many hours just to finish the game, has decided to announce Palworld, the official trading card game, with their own web page, with their own information, their own trailer, all this wonderful stuff, and we are super excited for it. We're going to go down to each one of the different things and a couple of things that I want to see with the game and hopefully call out before the game actually releases more information. But first things first, we're going to talk about Bushiroad's English Conference Winter 2026. This conference is going to be the first piece of more released information. The only thing that we got is a very early trailer with this little piece of information: Palworld's official card game on sale July 30th, 2026. So at least we do have a date. But not too long ago, Palworld was able to team up with Bushi. I believe it was Palworld acquiring quite a bit of Bushiroad overall. And when that happened, a lot of people were speculating, okay, they teamed up with a card game company, so they're going to come out with a card game, but we didn't really have any real information on if they were going to do that, or if they weren't going to do that. They kind of kept it hush-hush. But with very little time wasted, they were able to push out, hey, we're having a card game, and it's coming out in 6 months. I think this information was dropped on the 12th, was originally the original date. If you go onto their Twitter, which at the bottom of this page, you can go see their socials and such like that, you can go check out this one tweet they have, which says, "We're galloping into the new year with brand new information. Stay tuned to the Bushiroad English Conference Winter 2026 on February 5th at 8 p.m. or February 6th at noon SGT or 5 a.m. CET to talk about more information." It does show Cartman Vanguard, Wise Schwartz, Shadowverse Evolve. I don't really know HOC Gen, I'm not quite sure of. And then PAL OCG, which is the Palworld official card. So we do have some information as of that. By February 5th and 6th, we're going to be getting some more information. Now, there's only 2 other pieces of information that we've gotten so far. I did hold back on making this video, hoping for a little bit more of information, but we waited on 2 weeks, so we wanted to make something now to at least go over what I think is going to happen. This is the one videoed game for the teaser trailer. It's only 30 seconds long, but there is a few things I did want to point out. Within the first 4 seconds, we have the only actual piece of trailer that really matters, is this Lamball card. So they don't show any other cards in the entirety of the rest of this trailer, which is 28 seconds long, except for this one Lamball card. But you can kind of infer a little bit of what you can like speculate what's going to happen. So what I assume is that with this top left-hand corner, it has that little diamond there. But I believe that this is where they're going to put the type of the PAL. It's one of those things where, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon or whatever have something in the corner of the card that shows what type it is, and every PAL in the game does have a single or dual type in the game. So, obviously, Palworld has the neutral typing. Neutral typing is going to be put on Lamball right here. This square with the little bit of opacity meter on it so we can see through it a little bit is probably going to be the name of the card. So it's going to say Lamball right there. This might be some sort of a descriptor like Trusted Pal or something simple like that, which there will be probably cards that state this card can only be used by Trusted Pal. I'm just saying that out loud. I do not know if it's actually called that, just putting that disclaimer out there, but I assume that's what it's going to probably be. This is what I'd assume its like power level or stats could be here. These 5 squares, that one is like highlighted where only certain PALs that meet the criteria of 1 star or 1 bar can use other certain cards that'll probably make them not completely worthless, such as like if it's an early game, maybe they have a mountain system or a land system that like Magic the Gathering has, and you need 1 energy of some kind in order to play this Lamball, and it can do certain things like collecting resources and collecting, or building something, because it has handiwork in the game. This is where the vanilla text might be. I don't expect Lamball to do much at all. Maybe a +1 to a resource or something like that. I don't know. And then here's where I would assume its power level would be. And then I wouldn't even know what a side panel would be. There's no game that really has like a power and then next to it another thing. It might be its class. Maybe it'll have like an image of like what class it is, maybe. Unsure. I do like the way that it looks. I feel like there can definitely be a full art of this card by just like removing that bottom square down here, this guy right here. If you remove that or make it translucent, and then just kind of add the rest of the card and then like zoom in the Lamball a little bit so he's a little closer to the card, I think you could do like a very pretty card. Obviously, foiling would make it look a little nicer as well. So, but this is all we have in terms of any card. See, it makes the card and then it opens the door and then the card comes out. But these ones, the card raises, but it's just a glowing door. So you don't even see their cards. They're just B-roll Palworld. You know, like, you don't really have anything really here that explains more of the TCG. That's all we get. The next piece that I want to go over is the 2-year anniversary. When the 2-year anniversary came by, they dropped this little video here about their 2-year anniversary, what they're going to be doing, the roadmap, what's going to come up in, 1.0. And a little bit more, trailer teaser stuff. But at some point in the video, I did notice something, and I wanted to bring this up with you guys. Maybe you guys have a better idea of what you may see more than I do, because it's not very easy to see it. But we'll let this video play out a little bit, and we'll talk about what I spotted. But I gotta say, I do love this Grisbolt catcher claw machine in the background. I think that's pretty fun. It's also playing the opening theme, if you guys don't remember. But we'll talk about the character. Obviously, there are a few pals that have been brought up. This being my absolute favorite. I love this little guy. Dude, he's just perfectly round shaped. He is just friend shaped. That's all he is. I love him. And if you love him, just, I'm nicknaming him Snowball. Snowball love in the comments. Just saying. Just throwing that one out there. I love this guy. He's awesome. I love the cute pals. I don't care. I don't need, Blazemut Ryu because he's so strong. I need Snowball because Snowball is adorable. I also like a little electric dog too. So this frame is where I wanted to really talk about it, right? So in this frame, we have a little bit of, I'm gonna try and run it back. Oh yeah, I got it. So in this frame, there's a lot going on, but it's very subtle. And I don't know if Pocket Pair does teaser things or Easter eggs really, but I wanted to at least bring this up. They could have done this in any room with any kind of decor or table or anything, but they decided to do it here. And the reason I say it like that is because here, this table above me is a gambling table. It's like a Texas Hold'em or a poker table. This bar right here, where my hand is like a wrist rest for people playing cards, along with the cup holders and such like that. It's meant for gambling purposes. But this one is specifically meant for Pocket Pair. You can see, just right down here, it says Pocket Pair on the table, and there's a Kativa right on the table itself. So it's straight up showing that it's meant for them. They also have these gambling chips with Chillit and Kativa, and I believe Grisbolt. There's 2 other chips here that I can't exactly see. There's a purple chip right here, but I don't see any purple down here, so it's I don't know what that one is at all. But what's underneath it is what I wanted to talk about with the cards you can see. In the dead center, this looks like a ace. I think it's an ace of hearts or an ace of diamonds. I think it's a red ace. That has a Kativa on it. I don't think they have a official set of normal playing cards. So I think this is supposed to be a release of that. But then on the left and the right of it, there are 4 what looks like full art cards. And I can't, obviously I don't know for a fact, but I want to hope that these are full arts from the Palworld TCG. I think that those would be really cool if we had a full art card that's the whole card would be the full. It was awesome. But I just wanted to point this out. Again, if you guys have a better way to zoom it in and have a better image of it, or maybe there's a different scene somewhere where they showed off what they do or what they are, then I would love it. I'd be happy to see some sort of a web page. I hope they start showing off more cards. But I wanted to at least bring this up to show off what it is. And I also did want to bring up just one more thing that this video has in it, because they did show a trailer before the game came out of Palworld. 2 years ago. And in this trailer, there shows one character in it, one pal, the giant whale that is teased in this video. And you can see it, you know, they're going towards the tree, which is supposedly the end game of version 1. No, very excited for it, obviously. But it was a callback in a way where they teased this character 2 years ago, never put it in the game, and now that the game is coming out with its 1.0 final cut, you can see the end of the game. Like, my ideas that I can see for the final piece of the game is in the Faybreak, one of the more recent updates with the game. They released final bosses or area bosses that you couldn't enter unless you had the bounty token of prior other bosses. What I'm assuming with the tree for the final end game boss, you will most likely have to be a completionist and defeat all other bosses before you can take on that challenge. I don't know if you'll have to take on all of the raid bosses, but definitely the other bosses of the game. And then it may be just a similar ending with, you know, like Saya and Silene and all those other characters that are bosses, where they have a fight, you beat them, but then you can also battle them in hard mode, which takes a lot of resources and a lot of time and a lot more practice and build up before you can just challenge them right out. I just wanted to throw together this wonderful video that we have all the information for the official trading card game for Palworld, and a little bit more of my insight of the game thus far. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have any more ideas for Palworld videos. I would love to be able to bring Palworld on my channel. I am such a big fan of the game. I've spent far too many unhealthy hours in that thing because I can just get in there and then suddenly 8 hours have passed. And I am not upset about what I've done that day because I love that game so much. Like I said, I'll see you guys in the next video.